Yep, I'm back. I'm Princess Buttercup, producer of this show. It's called The Dog Rant, and I have a staff of dogs who are supposed to be standing by, ready to give commentary. But it's not easy. Did you already see Rita? She gave a good rant on state sovereignty, but did you see how close she stood to the camera? Plus, she stood too close to the mic. She kept asking for a teleprompter. I can tell you, it is not all giggles working with dogs. Who came up with that phrase that you humans say, that it's tough to herd cats? They should try getting dogs to give high-quality analytical commentary. Well, today's message is about the jobs report. Private sector jobs lost, but government sector jobs gained. Are you humans aware of the fact that governments make no money? Governments must literally confiscate every dollar they spend. Think about that for a minute. There is nothing within the government that creates the wealth necessary to pay government employees. No, it is an absolute fact. The government must confiscate every single dollar that it spends. Now, don't even think about using that post office as a counterexample. They operate at a loss, so dollars must be confiscated on their behalf too. Do you understand this? That all government jobs are paid for by taxation of private jobs and businesses? Good. I hope so. Now do the math. The government needs, let's say, $100,000 of tax revenue to create a government job. Yet each private sector job averages $70,000. Let's say a $70,000 job is taxed at 20%, so it generates $14,000 in 1 year. That means it takes 7 private sector jobs to fund one government job. The true number would be way more than double that, because not all the tax revenues go to jobs. So if Obama created 10,000 government jobs in February, he immediately cannibalized the tax revenues of 70,000 conservatively, or realistically more than 140,000 private sector jobs. This is in the context of losing another 36,000 private sector jobs in the month of February. Let me make this point more clear. You cannot celebrate the arrival of 10,000 government jobs. The country went another 140,000 private jobs in the hole just to fund those blood-sucking positions. This is clearly a losing strategy and not sustainable for very long. So, do you think maybe the deficit rises with every government job created? Of course it does. Let me just close this segment by quoting my great-great-grandmother, who was a royal Asian leopard cat. She was very beautiful, very smart, and could rip the guts out of a possum in 2 seconds while balancing on a limb 200 feet off the ground. Okay, that's too much detail for you humans, but very admirable in the cat world. Here's her quote. She said, "Princess Buttercup, if you feed yourself by eating your feet, pretty soon you won't have a leg to stand on." And finally, as Margaret Thatcher's Persian kitty once told her, and I believe she quoted quite often in the press, the trouble with socialism is sooner or later you run out of someone else's money. Well, duh. That's all for today. Thank you so much for watching my show.